So this is my interactive poster for EDEL 443, teaching elementary science, and I'm Layla Ward, here to show you how my poster works. So this is geared towards third grade, where they learn about different types of rocks and what causes them. So we would first focus on the different types of causes of erosion, weathering, and deposition. That would just kind of be some background information. Our lesson would be based on all of these things beforehand. So this would be more of a culmination where they would see everything put together and how it relates to one another. What the lesson would be is that each student would get a rock where they would have to identify what rock it is based on the features of the rock. So they would have to look at the things like luster and decide, oh, is it pearly? And they're going to probably look through every one of these before they decide which one it is. This activity might be best working in groups to kind of ease it, and you would want multiples of these if at all possible. So they would also determine the cleavage and fracture types. So how does it break? And if they can't break it, they're going to just try to look and see how it already has broken. This is a very important type of way to determine a rock. There's some just important vocabulary here that they may struggle to remember. So we've got things like luster, metamorphic rocks, sediments, and igneous rocks. These two are also brought up down here where you're going to have the basic definitions of these rocks. So each student is going to have to identify what kind of rock it is when they're done. And then we'll go through how these relate and how this caused this rock, if it did, which would mostly be sedimentary rocks. We also have the formula for density under here and what density is. And this would be used, we would try to measure the density of the rocks, although that would be more done at a station with the teacher because of how complex it is and how many different measurements there are. And this is just a nice reminder of the rock cycle. It won't really be necessary, but it's good that they can relate how each part relates to one another and how it goes around. We also have the Mohs scale, which is to test the hardness. So if at all possible, and if I had the materials, they would definitely be responsible for finding out the hardness of their material. And lastly, we have 5 material requirements. So these are things that we need for it to, mineral requirements for it to be a mineral. So if it's not naturally occurring or it's organic, then it can't be a mineral. So I might throw one of those in my lesson just to see if they notice. What they would do is when they're done, they're going to come up here and find the one that has all of their data that they found. So, it's fine-grained and white and splintery. So they're going to pull it. Oh, I have limestone. After that, the class would present what the mineral they had, how it looks, and all of its characteristics about it. And then later on, we would go into how it was formed, if at all possible, and if time permits. Thank you for viewing my video.